Hi, so this is the channel Soul Growth Wellness, and this is your life coach, Santi. And today, what we're going to be talking about is the December challenge that I mentioned. So, in a previous video, I mentioned that we're going to be focusing on planning for December. Something that people have a tendency to do when the new year comes is they want to run right off into the sunset, and be like, I'm going to get this, I'm going to do this. And I love the enthusiasm. We all love the enthusiasm. But we pretty much burn out either that first week or maybe by the end of that month. So, what we're going to focus on in terms of this December challenge is that we're going to focus on planning. What do you actually need to do to plan for your new goal, your new plan? And so, the idea here is that I'm going to give an example, something specific to work with, to give you an idea of what the planning actually looks like. And in the description box, I'm going to go ahead and give you a worksheet that you can download so you can go ahead and do your own planning session as well. So, December, okay, we're already like pretty much midway through it. And what we're going to be focusing on here is how to actually get yourself goal setting in a place of where it's like, okay, this is the one thing that I'm going to do. Now, the first thing that we do as coaches is we oftentimes ask people, well, what do you want? Well, in this case, an example, someone might want to feel less stress going into the year 2021. Valid concern. What don't you want? What's something very specific right now that is just really, really just kind of chafing you and you're not interested in it anymore? The stress of dealing with your child's schooling and how that's going to work out going forward. Okay, now that you focused on what you do want, you have a very specific thing that you do not want to deal with. You're now going to focus on what can I do to change this one specific thing so that it is off my plate and that the stress is not there. You're going to do that one specific thing. In this case, an example, you might go ahead and say, well, my kid's schooling, it's been difficult and, them being at home or them doing a hybrid model, where they're in school some days and they're at home other days has gotten to be really kind of difficult and maybe their schoolwork is suffering a bit. So in that case, what's a creative solution? Well, it might be getting them an online tutor occasionally so that they have someone who can actually go over the material with them so that you are not the one doing that and so that you actually have an opportunity to make sure that they are keeping up with their studies, right? So, that's the solution, right? But what's the one initial step that you can take? This is again part of the goal setting process. The one solution or the one, I should say, idea that you can go with or the one action you can take is research some online models. See who's actually doing some online tutoring, see what reviews they have, see what pricing schedule they have, and if it's useful for you. Now, the next question is this solution and this one step that you can take, how do you measure a success? Well, in this case, you might measure the success by simply how you feel. That is one thing off my plate. My kid is going to be all right. They're going to have some way to keep up with their studies, and they're not going to continue falling behind. So that's just a simple idea and a very simple process about goal setting. You start off with what you want, something very specific that you don't want, a way to deal with what it is that you don't want, and one specific task you can take to immediately remedy the situation in a way that makes sense. And then the last one, is the solution successful and how do you know it's successful? So that's one of the first things that we're going to be talking about with the December challenge and planning for this month so that you're ready to go into 2021 rather, with a plan of action to get your needs met and what it is that you need to do. And that's ultimately what we do as coaches. We help people develop an idea, work on the idea, explore the idea, come up with a solution for the idea, and take the steps. And then we hold you accountable to what it is that you said you're going to do. So that's pretty much about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was useful. And like I said, go ahead and check the description box for the planning worksheet that I'm going to give. And also, if you could, subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be offering good tips all year round from now to the end of the year 2020, well through into 2021, about all sorts of things you can do to goal set and plan for your life in a way that is reasonable, efficient, and makes sense. So thanks for listening. Again, my name is Santi Blakey, and this is Soul Growth Wellness. Have a great day.